house on the corner.
Welcome back to another episode of Cooking with Megs, I guess. I'm going to be making homemade Pop-Tarts today. I've made these once before. I'm also going to use two different recipes because one has a crust recipe that I want and the other is the filling. So let's get started. Going to add 3 cups of flour into this large bowl. Then going to use these, well, one of them at least, 2. And this thing even has 4, so that's pretty cool. I'm going to be using 1 tablespoon. I need 2 tablespoons of sugar. This is really handy because it just easily clips on like that again. I'm going to just use this, I guess. Kind of mix it a little. Also calls for salt, but I never use salt in anything because I always use salted butter. And I don't think you're supposed to. I think you're supposed to use unsalted butter or whatever, but it doesn't matter. At least not to me. So I will cut up this butter. This is my least favorite part when we have to start mixing the butter and the flour together and stuff, because that's not fun. It's very, I don't know, kind of hard for me, I guess. 1 stick of butter done. This needs 2 sticks. Seems like a lot of butter to me, but I don't know. I'm going to start, I don't know, whatever you call this, mixing it, I guess, or smashing it, combining it, I guess, I don't know. Trying to get all the big chunks of butter into smaller chunks without obviously getting all this flour out of the bowl. That's good enough for me. Okay, next I think I need a bowl. I need a small bowl. Okay. Going to take an egg. If I can open it. Oops. And just beat it. And then I'm going to add it to the mixture. So next I'm going to add water and vinegar. just 1 tablespoon. Kind of a weird thought to think vinegar goes in dough, but that's... Next, we need water, what I said I was going to get last time. So it needs to be cold. So I'm gonna add 5 tablespoons. And then I'll mix this. Might need to add more water. It says 5 to 8 tablespoons. I'm gonna add more water. I am making a mess all over the counter, but that's okay. You wouldn't be able to tell I was in the kitchen if I hadn't made a mess, because I always make a mess whenever I'm doing anything. I think this is looking pretty good. Maybe a little more mixing. And then I'll put it in the fridge for an hour. And then I'll work on the filling for the inside. You don't want it to be too thick of a dough. You want it to be pretty thin, I'd say. It's supposed to be a rectangle, but so I have the dough rolled out, and it's probably not rolled out exactly how it's supposed to be, but that's okay. I'm just gonna take this and press it down. This is also not how you're supposed to do it, this is how I'm doing it. So put it in, and then I'm just going to get all the dough from between. Then I'm going to take a knife and cut them in half, because that'd be a little big for a Pop-Tart. See if I can do this pretty evenly. And then I'm gonna get a spatula. Hopefully they don't stick to the countertop. Going to transfer them onto the baking sheet for right now. Now I'm going to roll out the dough again that I have left right here. First, I'll put more flour down so it doesn't stick. I'm going to take this dough, roll it out again. Take this cookie cutter, press it down. Definitely could, I think you're supposed to measure out the the squares for the Pop-Tarts or rectangles or whatever. But this is the easiest way for me to do it, so this is the way I do it. Well, this is the way I did it the last time I made Pop-Tarts. I think I probably can get this rolled out once more. Maybe. I'm just gonna add it to the rest of the dough, actually. That'd be easier. So, I'm gonna add a little more flour so it doesn't stick. I'm just kind of working the dough together. We're gonna sprinkle some flour on this top. Okay, that looks good enough. A little more on this side, I think. Yeah, one more is not gonna fit, so we'll just do this. And now we're gonna cut these in half. Have a little more dough left, so I'm gonna roll it out I'm going to try to attempt to get one more out of this. I'm going to cut this one in half. And then I'm all ready to do the other part. Let's clean up the counter first. Next, I'm going to half a cup of brown sugar. Where's the half a cup? And I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of flour and some cinnamon. Mix this up. I'm going to take the egg wash I have. It's just an egg and a little bit of milk. I'm just going to brush it around the outside. And then I'm going to fill. You just want to fill the inside. Then I'm going to brush the other side. Just the outside though, not the whole thing. And then I'm going to take it, flip it upside down, and then I'm going to pinch it closed the best I can. Then I'm just going to take a fork and make indents on the outside. So it should kind of look like that, I guess. I guess I could have done a better job, but I'm not a perfectionist, so. Now I'm just going to do the same thing with all the rest of these. I don't like it when people are out there. Okay, now I'm going to put on this glaze on top now that they're out of the oven. Last but not least, we're going to sprinkle this little brown sugar. Okay, that was a lot. Alright, so I'll use the rest of it. I hope you enjoyed this little cooking episode, or baking episode, or whatever you call it. And come back if you want to see more Cooking with Megs.